What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm picking up on our AIM versus Garmin Catalyst versus Apex Pro versus Racebox. First up, the Garmin Catalyst. It's called a track optimizer. It's a pretty solid unit. This is something that if you're looking to get really good video and data overlay from your laps rapidly with without a lot of extra stuff, this is really a pretty smooth way to go. Now, it is the most expensive of all the units we tested, so I was expecting a little bit more from it. Some things I didn't like is that the actual lap time optimizer is fairly useless in the sense that it's really just looking at your best 3 sectors that you've already done and gluing them together. It's not actually helping you push past any boundaries, but it will help you be very consistent. But if you're slow, it'll make you consistently slow. So not my favorite on that side of things, but from the video side of things, it's quite awesome. Other than minor complaints, it doesn't use USB-C, which is kind of annoying, so I have to have another cable in the box, which is kind of frustrating. And the connectivity to PC is not that great as well. But overall, I'd give it a solid 10 for video and overlay. Price, maybe a 5. And then as far as a track coach, probably a 2. Overall, solid unit, but definitely for someone who's more of a beginner level and is enjoying just getting video and showing their friends. Now the Apex Pro, this device is a little bit newer, but it's mainly focused on track coaching. So if you're trying to go faster around a specific racetrack, or if you're trying to find lost lap time around a specific racetrack, this thing is amazing. It's able to identify areas that you're not utilizing fully, and it's also coaching you live using the red and green LED system. So as far as a track coach, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. The only downside to it for me is that it only works on iOS. Now I think they're actually working on a better Android version here shortly, but not out yet. It doesn't have any screen for functioning as a lap timer, but it wasn't designed for that. You can always look at your lap times on your device afterwards. Now if you're looking for just a solid lap timer, I find this to be the best one. The AIM Solo 2 has been around forever. It's always worked. It's always tried and true, and it always gets you pretty close to what an actual transponder will read. It does collect a ton of other data too, that if you have time to download it and analyze it properly, there's a lot more value in it than just the lap timer, but I find most users end up just using it to see what their fastest lap was, what their best lap was, and what the predictive lap timing is showing. Cost, 10 out of 10. It's fairly inexpensive compared to its competitors. I don't know, as far as a track coach, whether I'd rate it much at all. It's not supposed to be a track coach, so it's just there to assist with lap timing and then providing data. So I'd probably give it a 4 or 5 on the track coaching scale. The last item was the Racebox Mini. I don't actually have it anymore because we did send it back to the owner. Thanks Matt Chambers for donating that to us. However, I didn't really enjoy the device. There was a couple things that were predominantly wrong with it. Mostly connectivity. I had a hard time staying connected to the device. It would click on and off. Half the time it wouldn't record laps. It was nice because it was small and easy, but at the same time, I really feel that you could probably get the same amount of information out of a cell phone with Track Addict or any of those other freeware programs with a GPS sensor externally. As far as a track coach, not really any functionality there. It just shows peak Gs, lateral Gs, longitudinal Gs, pretty much the same thing that a lot of the other freeware stuff does out there. And then with no screen, it was pretty much back in the box, and I really didn't test it further outside of that. It just wasn't an enjoyable product for me. I know they make another version that has a screen and everything like that. I'd love to check that out sometime. But as far as a track coach, on Race Hero, on Racebox, probably a 2. Cost is a 10. It's pretty inexpensive, but at the same time, I would probably rather use pretty much any other device to get my information out of it. I don't think it's a track coach that's useful at all as well. Has data in there, takes a lot of extra time to figure out what's going on. I'd much rather use an Apex Pro or even the Garmin Catalyst at this point. But either way, worth a look. These are just my opinions, so obviously if yours differ, that's great. You can leave comments below and let me know what you think. So to summarize what we learned from the different devices we tested, we pretty much found out that if you're looking for a track coach, we recommend using the Apex Pro, closely followed by the Garmin Catalyst. However, we don't like its algorithms on how it devises its optimum laps, but it's awesome at video. If you're looking for just a lap timer, I'd recommend the AIM Solo 2. The Racebox, I'm not really quite sure where it fits in. I'm sure there's a use for it, but just didn't hit any marks for us. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please go ahead and check out some of my other playlists or hit the subscribe button below. Really appreciate you. We'll see you next time out of the track.